Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts, and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody, guys. Let's take a look again on the euro currency. So currently, as you could see, it's really extremely difficult to plan something on the markets, because the one thing that's promising to be some ordinary retracement could turn into collapse. It's just enough to hear some words from the House Representatives, Senate, and Congress concerning some hot topics. For example, the stimulus. You easily could recognize on the intraday charts the part of the chart where the market is controlling purely by technical moments, and the moment where the external intruding is coming and turning the situation, so leading to some overextended action that breaks the normal technical price behavior that is expected. So it's not only on the euro, you can see the same on the Great British pound, yes, on the gold in the less degree, but also this drop was too significant. But we will take a look at the gold in a separate video today. First, about the euro. So as you know, yesterday everything was good until the United States session was open, and once it has been open, the Lossy come on first stage and said that Senate is rejected the offered 1.8 trillion stimulus pack, and that has diminished significantly markets' hopes to get any stimulus till the elections. But the tricky moment, nuance stands with this, that the same thing Trump said last week. And that was the reason why we were surprised. And if you remember yesterday and last week, we said, well, this recent upward action looks not quite rational. It seems market stands in some more overextended, over-exciting about this. Because Trump clearly said on Tuesday last week that no stimulus, take off any discussion on the stimulus until the elections. But somehow market continued to hope. Yesterday, Pelosi said the same, and market suddenly collapsed. So two absolutely different reactions on the absolutely same information. So that makes very difficult to use our common tools for market forecasting, and maybe it will be even situation is more exacerbating coming to closer than elections, become more nervous. So what we could say on the current situation technically. On the daily charts, nothing wrong has happened yet. Yes, market has dropped out, stand below the monthly pivot point, and hasn't reached the resistance level. But we do not see yet the further downward continuation. So it could happen that market could play back this drop and could return right back up. So at least we should get the chance market for rehabilitation. And here's a few things that we will keep in mind. So on the 4-hour time frame chart, trend by the way is still bullish here on the daily. On the 4-hour time frame chart, take a look what we have. The reaction that we initially suggested should be minor retracement by the Pelosi comment has turned to the deep retracement and a collapse on the market. So, and as I said, you could easily recognize where was normal technical price behavior right here, and where is external factor is coming. So that was, as was suggested by the technical factors, and actually most of this retracement almost has been done at this moment when the Pelosi has come on the first stage and starts to comment about the liquidity pack. So let's drop. But still, take a look. OP of our ABCD patient has not been reached. Currently, we probably can't use the butterfly anymore because the reaction was very significant, and it's even could continue a bit lower. So butterfly and its extension around 118.88 is not interesting for us anymore, but we have uncompleted ABCD pattern. Invalidation of this pattern stands right here around 17 even. This will be the ABC bottom point. And while market stands above this area, it keeps theoretical chances to reverse up and continue to complete the OP. Of course, its overall situation is not as pleasant as it was in the beginning of the Monday, and chance on the collapse and erasing of this ABCD pattern now is really significant. But still, theoretical chances exist that market could proceed higher and finally hit the OP, complete the 618 level as we suggested. On the hourly chart, market currently stands at the significant support area. So actually here is, guys, our ABCD pattern. This OP was right here. So reaction already has started, but then velocity has come and has collapsed. So take a look. Market stands in the confluence. That's the confluence support of the whole upward action, 1740. And XOP target. This is agreement support. Here's we need to see what will happen around it. Ultimately, 1695 will be last outpost for the bulls probably, because it coincides with the C point of the ABCD pattern to the upside that we have. And major 618 support dropping below it, it will mean that we're going lower and probably euro will establish downward action here. At least currently in these circumstances, it's not a good point for taking and thinking about taking any new long positions. For the bears, well, bears could keep an eye on the possible patterns. So first of all, it could be head and shoulders, for example. If market will show the bounce up right back to the 118, it could be head and shoulders pattern, and that's the point that you could consider with the taking the short position against this top. But in this case, you need to keep an eye on the nature of this action. You do not want to get the same action but in opposite direction. This rally, so it will be fast upward breakout. It's of course will be not the point for taking the short position. If it will be gradual upward pullback, you could consider the hand shoulders. Conversely, if market will continue direct downside action, it will be better to wait and market will erase ABCD patterns, will drop below 618. That will be confirmation that market probably is going lower, and since it will appear in the free space, well, here it will be relatively safe, also considering taking the short position on some minor pullback. At the same time, guys, be aware of possible bullish grabber on a daily. It's also the thing that we will need to keep an eye on. Currently, it's not the case yet, but within the few sessions, it could appear if market will drop a bit more to the downside. So that the things that we see currently on euro, as you can see, well, external factors that we unfortunately can't control could significantly make impact on the overall context and even significantly harm this context. So we wouldn't be surprised if our overall situation in the short-term charts will change here in the favor of the bears. So that's what we see currently on the euro currency. Let's see what will happen next.